we can hear you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So let us start. I, on behalf of GIS, welcome you all in the 10th year and the most out after the talk series Innovation is Live, 9th session. The series is well received by students, academicians, and industries people. As you know, GIS is working towards the inculcating the culture of innovation in the Gujarat, and with GIS Foundation, we are now set to go pan India. With this, I would like to take note of that the series is powered by Wellspan Group, and we thankful to them for joining this movement of innovation, wherein we can reach more than 3.3 lakhs people, like-minded people, I can say. And the series is well supported by the Gujarat State Plastic Manufacturing Association, GSC IT Association, Gujarat Dye Stuff Manufacturer Association, Gujarat Chemical Association, Gujarat Pharmaceutical Association, Indian Drugs Manufacturer Association, GUSEC, IIC means Startup and Entrepreneurs Council, PDPU Innovation Center, IIC, Ganpati University Incubation Center, and Computer Society of India. Our guest speaker today, Mr. Deepak Pareek. Mr. Pareek is well decorated and technocrated, honored as a top 10 agropreneur. We say as of now we have heard entrepreneur, but now we have heard agropreneur because he is a master of agriculture. Yeah, we can say that. So top 10 agropreneur 2019 by the Future Agro Challenge. Then he is awarded Greece and Technology Pioneer 2018 by the World Economic Forum. Switzerland has awarded him. He has also served as a member of expert panel of World Economic Forum on the digital transformation. Mr. Pareek is the CEO of AgriWatch, a consulting firm that provides market intelligence, research, and advisory service across the agribusiness value chain. He has 22 years of diverse experience working across the 34 countries on the various projects. Mr. Pareek has been interested and expertise in the application of big data, AI, machine learning, blockchain, geospatial technology, computer vision, mobile technology, drones, and IoT in the agriculture, Internet of Things in the agriculture. He has been a global influencer in the agriculture and food space with demonstrated evangelism in the areas of food safety and security, protected and regenerative farming, and digital and smart agriculture. He is well networked across more than 50 countries with a strong footprint in Europe, Africa, and Asia. Mr. Pareek is Bachelor of Engineer in Electronics and specialized in telecom from one of the top Indian Institute, REC, that is Regional Engineering College, NIT, Surat. So there are a lot of things over here for Mr. Deepak, but I would like to conclude over here and I would like to hand over him. So I will invite Mr. Deepak Pareek to have words and speech over here. Thank you, Deepak ji.
Thanks a lot for a very elaborate introduction. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, very well. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So we definitely have, when we talk about innovation, and innovation also is connected to technology for sure in the today's world which we live. So today my discussion would be around how we talk about innovation and technology will intersect and what are the differences among them, because sometimes we also get into this I'll say that little bit of wrong mindset that when we believe that any technology is innovation. So let me share my screen and I'll just straight away get into the presentation mode so that yeah. So let me know when you are able to see my screen.
Yeah, we are ready with the screen. Yeah, the future is now.
Perfect. So we always say that this is going to happen in future. This technology will change the world in future, or this innovation is what the future is going to be. So we always talk in future tense when we talk about new innovation technology. But if you see that historically, the innovation has always happened when somebody has thought about making it happen now. So when we talk about innovation, when we talk about technology, we have to believe that future is already here. Future is now. And that is what the theme of this presentation is all about. So a lot of discussion is around that the world is changing, and especially if you see that the post-COVID world is very different than the pre-COVID world. And we are seeing, irrespective of which industry you are in, which sector you are in, there has been a huge difference in the way we were doing things before COVID and after COVID. While these changes were slow in adoption before COVID, but now we have been pushed to do that. Who would have thought about that? Majority of the student in India would be taking their class 10th, 11th, 12th, and even the primary and secondary education through online medium. Yes, online education was there, but again, it was having a creeping effect. But COVID make it mainstream. No longer students were going into the schools and colleges. They were studying at home. So if you see that COVID has acted as a catalyst when it comes to adoption of innovation. Other than education also, if you see, for example, other sectors, right? Majority of us who have been running companies, we know that actually we were forced to start working remotely. We were forced to ideate and find out how we can be more efficient, even working in remote, working from home environment. We have seen that those who believe that the meetings only happen face to face, who were not very keen to get into Zoom or Google Meet, now are forced to do that. This ensures that we have to understand that the key today is the adoption of technology. Whether we like it or not, we'll have to use technology in whatever we are doing, and especially the digital technology. Now, you cannot just deploy a technology and believe it will be successful. You have to innovate around your business models. You have to innovate around how you see your company, your client, intersection of company and client, and most importantly, your people, your employees. Majority of our employees, specifically if they are not from technology industry, do not have the skill set which is required to adopt these change in the way we are operating. We need a mass level of reskilling and upskilling, and that is across the industry. We need to create new strategies to ensure our workforce is able to transform itself and are able to take this transition and are able to scale. Without any doubt, we are living in a totally new world, and unfortunately, we are not prepared for it. We need to prepare ourselves for it, and that needs a lot of skilling and unskilling. Now, generally, when we talk about technology and innovation, we always believe they are the same, but actually they are surely related, but they're exclusive to each other. We love to talk interchangeably the technology and innovation, but for sure, if you go a little bit deeper, you'll understand they're not the same. Actually, innovation is nothing but it is a perspective and a process where we want to enhance the capability of what we are doing by being more efficient, effective, by understanding that the wind of changes are there, and let's build a windmill rather than building a wall. Innovation can be intangible. It can be changed in approach. It can be changed in how we are conducting day-to-day activity. It can be changed in how we work around our business model. While technology is always tangible, for sure, technology can be used to implement innovation, but technology in itself doesn't produce innovation. Technology can act as a catalyst to further the innovation. For example, the Zoom call which we are having just today. The Zoom call or the technology which is enabling the Zoom call is not innovation, but being able to deliver a webinar rather than being in a physical room in seminar or conferences. That is what innovation is all about. So we have to understand these two things, and then only we'll be able to do justice to the whole concept of innovation itself. Now let us understand what innovation encompasses, what it is made up of. One thing, it is divergence. If you cannot have multiple point of view, you cannot never innovate, because you will be having very straightforward approach to solving a problem. When you have a divergence, for the same problem, you try to approach it with different directions. You take different approach to solve a similar problem, and from there, we're able to generate ideas. Those ideas, when tested with the feedback loop, yields to success. Further improve on that, and that is how the innovation part works. So for innovation, it is very important that we have divergence, and especially when we talk about organizations, we need to create teams which question each other's approach, and then jointly are able to come to a conclusion. Teamwork is very important in nurturing innovation. Innovation is just not that one person's idea becoming huge. Yes, everybody has that glimmer of intelligence coming in, just like Buddha was able to achieve nirvana when he was sitting below the tree. But to build upon an organization as an innovation-driven organization, the teamwork is very important. It is also important that the team is continuously being trained, nurtured, to ensure they are always on cutting edge of their thought process. It is very important that the team need to be curious enough to look for alternatives. We might be very happy in way we are doing currently, but that doesn't mean that we are prepared for future. That doesn't mean that the next day we will be at the same stage. There could be new competition, there could be new product, there could be new way of doing a specific thing. Everybody believes that electrical cars are a joke. Today, those companies who were thinking electrical car was a joke, if you put all those automobile companies together, their market valuation is lesser than Tesla. The simple reason is that curiosity. Curiosity is very important to innovate. If you're not curious to find alternative solution to the same problem, you'll never be innovative. You cannot be contented about that, yes, I'm happy with the solution I'm having and I don't want to improve further. You have to keep pushing the envelope. Then only you'll be able to create an innovative organization. And finally, the fourth very critical part of innovation journey is resilience. You'll fail 1,000 times, but you just need to be successful once. That is why you'll find that the innovation is not coming from large corporations. Today, innovation is coming from startups because they are failures. They don't worry about failures. They keep on trying new ways. Majority of them fail, but those who succeed, they change the world. The number of patents filed by startup is far more than the number of patents being filed by the corporation. Yes, corporation can end of the day buy that startup because of their size, muscle, deep pockets. Android was not a Google product. It was not created by Google. It was acquired by Google. I think that statement talks a lot about the whole concept of resilience. And Google is among those corporations which is having highest number of patents. So you can understand that there are startups which even outrun some of the very much research focused organization when it comes to innovation. And one of that reason they're able to do that is because of the whole thought process of resilience. Now, when we have understood that technology and innovation are definitely not the same, but the intersection of technology and innovation is what is creating huge value. Because technology can act as a vehicle for innovation. It enhances the human capability. It is a founder of new markets and applications. It is enabler of using untapped resources, and it is a gateway to achieve more as a race. When I said enhancing human capability, we have to understand today we are able to achieve far more than what we are able to achieve just because of technology. Today we are able to execute so many tasks seamlessly just because we are having access to technology. Whether you are talking about automation, whether you are talking about Industry 4.0, or whether you are talking about being able to do a webinar with audience from all across the world, all of that has their enhanced human capability. These are some of the examples, and there are millions more. Without access to technology, it was very difficult for us to approach new markets. It was very difficult for us to have a niche type of audience, niche type of customers. We would not have tapped them without the access to technology. Today, e-commerce revolution is ensuring that even if you want to buy a product all the way from China or US, you're able to do that. This is what the power of technology is, that it is diminishing the cross-border boundaries. Human beings are always restricted or limited by their own thought process. We are all having humongous resources, capabilities. Technology ensure that we are able to get into those untapped resources. During COVID, we have seen people have taken so many classes, whether it is on Udemy or Harvard Business School. You could see on LinkedIn a lot of people posting their certificates. They tried to learn new things. Now, technology was a catalyst which ensured that. Unlike in the past, when only few people could go and have access to beautiful courses of Harvard Business School, today you can do that sitting in your drawing room or a bedroom. And that learning will unlock the potential you as a person would be having. So as a race, the technology has been a big enabler in achieving more. Now, coming to a little bit of like, what are the few trends which I believe going forward would be very critical. And those trends are divided in 3 mini trends and 3 mega trends. The mini trends are something which enables or empowers the mega trends. For example, Internet of Things. It's a mini trend for a very simple reason, which is IoT. You cannot achieve much until unless you put it across and collect data which can be used for creating insights. Similarly, the drones, whether it is an aerial vehicle or ground vehicles for automation, on its own, they are not getting a lot of value until unless they are being supported a level of intelligence or AI and ML, which enables them to perform tasks which otherwise only human being could have executed. Similarly, the cloud computing is very important, because without cloud computing, it is very difficult to run extremely complex AI and ML algorithms or work on a blockchain or create big data analytics, because that level of infrastructure you cannot create within your own offices or garages. And that makes cloud computing very critical. But at the same time, they are just mean to achieve bigger goal. But technology like big data, because as we generate data at the velocity, at the veracity, variety we see today, this data need to be processed and we need to create insight on top of it, which can be actionable in nature. So irrespective of whether you are running a manufacturing company or you're running a trading company or you are in agriculture like me, big data plays a very vital role, because it converts humongous data which we generate today into something which can give you actionable insights. The next level to big data is that in case you want to do the simulation to identify what you need to do to achieve a certain goal, AI and ML plays a very vital role. AI and ML can ensure that your machines can have cognitive capabilities just like human beings. They can think like human beings. They can make decision making very simple, as well as based on facts. And finally, we all know about Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency because it has been too much talked about. But we always forget that the technology behind this use case of blockchain, distributed transaction processing, and ensuring that there is a traceability, there is fairness, there is provenance associated with whatever transaction we are doing. So I believe in broadly these three mega and mini trends are what are going to be driving the future of industry and society. Which according to World Economic Forum are important going forward. They've been divided in four key areas of problem solving, self-management, working with people, and technology. So the next generation workforce need to be having 5 capabilities of problem solving, 2 of self-management and technology management, to each, in fact, and 1 of working with people. If you would have just seen similar chart a couple of decades back, you'll find it was all about working with people. Majority of us who have had courses in management institution or ourselves have been in academic area teaching management. The focus and emphasis was always about dealing with people. Going forward, it is more about dealing with problems in the technology. And with that, I would like to thank you for the patient hearing. And I believe that you would have got something out of this discussion and look forward to have more interactions with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak for great insight of technology as well as the how to implement the technology over any business, like agri and apart from agri, because agri is the most difficult subject, I suppose to say, to implement the technology on that part, and you are on that part. That's why you can take us to the depth of that part. Yeah, thank you very much for that.
My pleasure. No, you are right that actually agriculture is area which is one of the most disconnected with technology, and most of the technology I talked to you about in this presentation, we can proudly say that actually we have been able to implement it in different parts of the world in agriculture. So that has already happened, and that's happening now as we talk. And this is a time where actually, we all need to understand that if we don't bring technology in our agriculture, we'll have numerous challenges going forward, because food is just not about like a process, a sector, right? You can live without anything, but every day you need food, right? So food security is critical. And that is where I believe we need to be focused on how we can improve that sector by technology and innovation.
Yeah, surely, Deepak, thank you very much. I am being part of IoT, and I am with so many technologies in the robotics and humanoid. So I know very well how agriculture is going on, and I am connected with so many startups. That's how I know. But it's a great part to listen in depth from anybody who is doing in agriculture in that depth. Thank you very much for that.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your informative and inspiring session, Pareek. And we are thankful to Wellspan Group and all Innovation Movement partners. We request all of you to join, like, and share, and follow GIS social media on various platforms to reach visibility of maximum people across the innovation fraternity. All our sessions videos are available on GIS YouTube channel. Kindly watch videos, do subscribe to the channel. Once again, thank you everyone to join us.